Hello and good morning to Motivation Monday for AHCP. Welcome. It's Valentine's Day, February 14, 2022. I'm David Remersma, trainer for AHCP, and want to go through some really fun stuff today we have on our agenda for Motivation Monday. So here's what we're going to go through today, folks. We are going to talk about our tip of the week. We are going to go through some sales shout outs, and we are going to talk about your personal brand and how to really utilize your personal brand going into this year. So further ado, let's go through our tip of the week. So, it's February and it's time to really do, kind of keeping up morale, bring up morale. The holidays are over. For some of you, some of your climates, it's cold. It's not warm yet. So some things to try to keep the morale up. So let's do 5 steps on keeping your morale up. Number 1, do a needs assessment. Pick one thing you need and do it. Something you want to do and need it. So if that's getting your nails done, if that's getting your hair done, if that's going for a long walk, whatever it is, pick that thing, find some time this week and do it. Let's talk about practice mindfulness. It's also very important to reflect on what you do appreciate, what is going well. So make a list of 10 things that you are thankful for and write them down and reflect on them. Also, a very important thing is make some me time. Take some time to do your favorite hobby. If that's going fishing, if that's going for a bike ride, whatever that is, pick that hobby and do it. To make some time for it and do it. Another thing, pick a small space. If it's a cabinet that you've been meaning to clean up for the last year, or if it's your office, your home office, whatever it is. I just tidied up my home office, and I'll tell you what, it feels a lot better being in here. So take a small space, tidy it up, clean it up. It'll make you feel a lot better. It'll boost your morale. Try to exercise. If yoga has been something you've been wanting to get into, take a yoga class. If it's a meditation class, take a meditation class. Find a new exercise that you haven't done before and try it for the first time. That'd be a great step on. These are all great steps to reflect on and to really boost your morale going into this week. Let's go into some sales shout outs. So for short-term medical, Golden Rule and Pivot were leading the bunch. So great job. For limited medical, we had Golden Rule as well. For accident, NHIC. For dental, we had United Healthcare, and for Medicare RX, Aetna. Let's go through some top performers for last week, some kudos. For limited medical, we have William Cox, Samuel Lanes, and Katia Santa Maria. For accident, we have Richard Banville and Brandon Combs, and critical illness, William Cox and Samuel Lanes. So congratulations, great job to everybody last week on some very strong performances. So let's get into what we're going to talk about today is your personal brand. So let's get into some best practices of develop your brand, what a personal brand is, and how we can really reflect and work on our personal brand going into this year. So your personal brand objective, again, you always want to be the best version of yourself. You want to separate yourself from the competition so you can drive more sales. There's a lot of other people that do what we do. You want to be the best at what we do. Always leave a lasting positive impact and impression. Very important thing to do. So what is a personal brand? I have a little Zoolander quote here is, who am I? Your personal brand, there's a quote from Jeff Bezos of Amazon. It's your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So what do people say about you when you're not in the room? Very important, right? Brand reputation repair and rebranding. Companies do it all the time, usually because of issues they have. If you Google, people have Googled reputation repair. There's over 72 million results. The cost of changing your branding can cost thousands up to $10,000s of dollars to fix your brand. And brand change is not as simple as I have a funny little picture of my headshot here. It's not as simple just throwing a mustache on, growing a mustache and putting glasses on. It's not that easy. There's a lot more things you have to do to rebrand yourself. But there's reasons why you would have to rebrand yourself. So let's talk about those. So what is your personal brand? So if you look at what things are brands shout in your personal brand, it's your niche. What do you do that makes you special? What lane are you in health insurance that makes you better than everybody else? What's your character, your appearance, your professional appearance? What's your social media appearance look like? What's your attitude look like? And who are the circle of folks that you spend time with? Another great quote we have by Tom Peters and Fast Company. All of us need to understand the importance of branding. We are CEOs of our own companies, Me Inc. To be in business today, the most important thing you can do is be a head marketer of your brand called you. So think about that for a minute. For what you do, this is very relevant. You are your own little company. What do people say about you when you're not around? What does your company stand for? So let's get into some of these different things. So your niche, what is your niche? So think about what your niche is. For some of you, it might be a little bit different. So it's sales, right? Health insurance, and your niche within health insurance is what you specialize in. What are people looking for you to do? What service you provide them? That is your niche. Your character. I have a Tommy Boy picture here. It's very relevant to what you're talking about your character. It's always actions versus verbal, right? But some very interesting thing about your personal brand and your character is it takes a long time to build your brand and to build a positive character, but it also takes very, very little time for it to decline. One little thing you forget to do, and that's what people remember, not the 20, 30 things that you went above and beyond before that to do. It's that one thing that went wrong. We look at comments on, like, even go on Google reviews of restaurants, right? People don't, a lot of times it's unfortunate. A lot of people don't write all the positive, great things that are going on, but they focus on that one issue that they had at that restaurant. Are you consistent, right? Are you consistent in what you do in your brand? Very important to think about that. One really important thing is application. So show up on time. Vince Lombardi once quoted, if you're going to a meeting, right, show up on time. What does on time mean? Vince Lombardi quoted, if you're 5 minutes early, you're already 10 minutes late. I've always heard of, show up for an interview 15 minutes early, show up for things 15 minutes early. 15 minutes early should be you're on time. Set realistic expectations. You've always heard of that comment, under promise, over deliver. Don't do the opposite where you over promise, under deliver, right? Make realistic timelines, knowing that you can complete that, right? Under promise, and I can probably have it by Friday. Well, then if Friday's the acceptable date, you can deliver by Wednesday. You are now creating a very positive experience. Always be creative. Think of outside the box solutions. And ask yourself a question. Did you follow through? Am I following through with what I meant to do? Let's talk about appearance. I know in the virtual world, appearance can be different. We're doing more on Zoom calls. You might not be on camera as much, but when you do go in person, be authentic. Always dress to impress. Be professional versus a call center employee. You've probably seen people in call centers. They're wearing pajamas. They got blankets. We want to be professional. We're not call center folks. Don't get comfortable. There's always, here's one famous thing that I think you all can relate to. There's always that one person that's underdressed at a wedding. Hopefully it's not you. When everyone's wearing suits, this person has jeans on. Everyone's got a tie on. This person does not have a tie on. Everyone's wearing dresses. This person's got regular just jeans on or corduroys or something. I don't know. We know who that is. Don't be that person. If the situation warrants we wear jeans, wear business professional attire for a while. If the situation says, hey, you don't need to have the camera on, put your camera on in business professional attire. Create a great positive image. Baseball hats and sweatshirts, if you see people wearing that, you stay in business professional. Low lights and sticky notes, right? In your background, your Zoom background, think of like what your background looks like when you're on a Zoom call. There's tons of sticky notes. It's dark. It looks disorganized. That's a pretty good indicator of what it's like to do business with you. So have clear lighting and a clean background. Your social media presence, also very important. Nothing anymore is truly private. Even comments you write on things shows up. If you try Googling yourself sometime, see what comes up. When you post on things, does this post hurt or help my brand? Because remember, on Facebook or a lot of social media sites, your customers can see what you're posting. They can see your post. They can Google. They can look you up. LinkedIn can be your friend or foe. I said this, right? You can look back. And what did I say? Why did I say that? I wore what? Take a look at your presence on social media. Clean it up. So go back, go on Facebook, go I call it deep creeping. Deep creep yourself, right? Go back as far as you can. Anything that you don't feel like is appropriate, delete it, post it down. Do I really need to have it up there? What purpose does it serve? So go back as far as you can to all your social media accounts, clean them up. Here's a question I put in here. If someone nominated you to run for public office locally, whatever it might be, you know, when you run for public office, right? People are going to look at all your stuff to look you up. What are they going to find? What are they going to find that could go viral? So go back, look at anything that could possibly be offensive, get rid of it. Very good suggestion. Think about your attitude. It's one of the very few things that we can control is our attitude. It shows up over Zoom. Again, don't be distracted during meetings. Got one distracted one back here, right? Don't be texting, right? If you're on a meeting, don't be like texting when you're in a meeting with someone. People can see that stuff. It's very distracting. People know that you're not engaged. Focus on how you start your day, right? How do you start your day? What do? How do you get motivated in the morning? And choose your attitude. Your attitude can be chosen. You can choose to have a bad attitude for the day. You can choose to have a very positive attitude. Try to choose a positive one every time. Another great quote by Ellen Nunsap. Know that your success is based entirely on your attitude, your commitment, your self-discipline. You're the only person who can generate a new mindset. Great quote that you should try to live by. Your circle of friends. Who do you hang out with, right? My mom and my parents way back in the day always said, you are who you are. You are who you hang out with. So very important, right? Who do you hang out with? Who are these people? Are they making you better? Who keeps you honest? Is everyone just telling you you're great all the time? That's not a good circle either. Who's keeping you honest? Where are you getting your information? Your opinions on things? Where are you getting that from? Is someone I talk to, hang out with, bringing me down? Try to identify who that is. If someone's bringing you down and not helping you, maybe it's time to, exit that friendship. Fix it or move on without them. Very close. Look at your circle. You have a mentor, possibly. Your mentor, is this person still a positive influence? Is this person someone that I want to look up to and get advice from? Along with your friends, your closest clients. These people are also people you talk to all the time, and your colleagues. Always focus on getting better. And your circle is a very important thing to do that. Your brand is all you have. What do people say about you when you're not in the room? So think, what areas do I need to address? Here's a circle. You have your niche, your character, your appearance, your social media, your attitude, your circle. What areas in here am I lacking on? What areas need to be fixed? What are you neglecting? And start developing a strategy. Your personal brand is very important. So especially in our industry, people can call anybody when they need insurance needs, have questions. Why should they go to you? So focus on why they should go to you. I want to thank you for your time this morning. Hope everyone has a great week and kicks off their Valentine's Day strong. If you do have any questions regarding this training that we went through on personal brand today, you can go to training@ahcpsales.com, or you can call our agency services at 877-228-8773. I'd like to thank you again for your time. I'm David Remersma, and have a great day.